Hi guys, it's Megan. I am back. If you're already a subscriber, hello, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Megan Brittani Nacionales. I am a uh, California-based singer, actor, writer, um, and dramaturg. And this is my channel. I apparently the last time I filmed one of these vloggity vlog things for this channel was top of 2021. Yeah, January of 2021. So, yeah. Um it is now 2025. So, first off, where have I been? Um a lot happened. As I recall, I actually recorded a vlog for this channel in March of 2021, I believe. Um, and unfortunately, that one never went up because basically the day of or the day after filming, it might have even been the same day, honestly. My mom, who had been battling breast cancer for, I think, almost 5 years at that point, took a turn for the worse. And so I had to focus on her because I was her caregiver. And yeah, I took care of her from uh, January of 2020 till July of 2021, which was when she passed away. And then, I had to make all the arrangements and all of that stuff. Um, yeah, so 2021 was kind of crazy, needless to say. And then after that, um, what was I doing in 2021? Everything feels like a blur at this point. Can't believe it's been almost 4 years. As far as like what I was doing, other than that very big development in my life, so in the spring of 2021, I was involved in a lot of Shakespeare stuff. I got to do a show called The 𝕍𝕝𝕠𝕘, which was an online performance of Kevin G. Coleman's Shakespeare and the Language That Shaped a World, uh, which was also the show that got me into dramaturgy, which is kind of the newest thing that I've added to like my sort of tagline, if you will. So yeah, so 2021, I got into dramaturgy, which is kind of the research and development portion of theater. I did a lot of that for the 𝕍𝕝𝕠𝕘, and it was a really great experience because, you know, Shakespeare. How much more deep divey do you get than having a special interest in Shakespeare? So yeah, so I was interning for Dr. Philippa Kelly, who at that point was the resident dramaturg for Cal Shakes, which is the California Shakespeare Theater Company, which unfortunately did close, I think, a couple years ago at this point. Um, but yeah, so she was really great. She and Sarah Kate Anderson, who directed the 𝕍𝕝𝕠𝕘, were pretty instrumental in like cultivating my interest in that direction because like I've always been kind of nerdy anyway, but to be able to utilize the nerdness in the theater was something I didn't know existed prior to 2021, and I love it. And then I got to utilize it again in the fall of 2021, actually. Um, I remember originally not being sure if I was gonna do the term because my mom had just passed, but I did, and I'm really glad I did because I ended up dramaturging for Kirsten Brandt's production of Marisol, the play Marisol at San Jose State, and that was such a beautiful show to come back to in-person theater with. Um, I wasn't in it. Um, I did audition for it, and actually I got a call back for Marisol, which I was very, um, that meant a lot. But I also kind of knew who I was up against, and I would have been mad if it had gone to anybody but my friend Nayeli. She was just absolutely the right person for that part. Um, so instead, I did the dramaturgy for that show. I helped get the background for the actors and for Kirsten, and then I made the study guide for that show for like any students who would come and watch. Uh, because it can be very dense and triggering, and so we really wanted to give people sort of the background and the framework for that show. So yeah, so that was 2021. 2022 is where it got crazy. Like we thought I was busy before. 2022. So by this point, my family had all moved. Like all of my family except for my husband and myself. They had already moved. And my husband and I were in this big house that belonged to my mom's uncle, basically, who had passed. So it belonged to basically my uncle. We're going to use the term uncle in a Filipino way. My uncle's house. And he decided to sell the house. And he thought it was going to take a few months, and it took 5 days. Uh, so we actually ended up homeless for about a month. But luckily, because I was a student, uh, I was able to work with a center that works with the school to get temporary housing, like in B&Bs and stuff, um, and eventually get into an apartment, which is where I am now. Um, and during that time, like literally at the same time as we were getting that apartment, which I believe is 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago at this point, um, we found out I was pregnant. And so I spent 2022 being very, very pregnant. Uh, and then I had the baby in December. And so that shortly thereafter, I think, is when I went on hiatus from school. So I've basically been raising my child. So for 2023 and 2024, the past couple years, I've basically been at home. Yeah, at home taking care of the baby. I am very, very lucky that my husband does work full time, and and that I've been able to stay home with our daughter. And that leads us to basically this year. Um, Uh, so my best friend Kathleen and I had been talking about starting a channel together for ages, like years. Um, and this year we like reconnected. It not reconnected because we've always kind of been in touch, but there was a several months period where the texts were a lot more sporadic because she moved to the Czech Republic to become an English teacher. Um, and so we like basically reconnected this year, maybe late last year actually. And we said, you know what? Let's just start that channel. So we did. It's called Meandering Muses, and I'll link it in the doobly doo. Um, and we talk a lot, basically. Um, it started with just us, and we did a lot of um, exuberating, if you will, about Shakespeare and other nerdy things. Um, and then a couple months in, I reconnected with an old friend who you might know if you're kind of familiar with my videos. My friend Sierra and I reconnected. Um, we again, it's probably the neurodivergence, but we go through periods of like not talking for ages and then reconnecting and then not talking for ages and reconnecting, and we reconnected again this past January or this January. Um, and I was just like, you know what? the vibes are right. Uh, and I introduced her and Kat, and we were like, yes, this works. Let's bring 𝕍𝕝𝕉 into this channel, basically. And so we've got 𝕍𝕝𝕉 as our newest muse, and it's been super fun because we're all very chatty, but we all come from like really, really different perspectives. Like I have the theater background, the musical theater background. Kat was an English major, uh, English teacher now, so she's very like she's like piecing together the themes and the conflicts and stuff like that, like the story stuff. Uh, and then 𝕍𝕝𝕉 um, is our choir slash opera person. So like they got classically trained, they were in competitive choir. So it's we're all very, very creative, but we're all coming from very, very different backgrounds, which is so fun because we all have very similar interests too. Um, and so yeah, so we brought 𝕍𝕝𝕉 in, and actually right now what we're working on is if you've ever heard of Epic the musical, I hadn't. And so 𝕍𝕝𝕉 is introducing me and Kat to Epic the musical, and so we're kind of doing a reaction series, and that's what I've been focusing on the past couple months. And so actually the episode uh the introduction episode where we introduced 𝕍𝕝𝕉 to the channel and we're like, "Hey, we're gonna do an Epic reaction." That happened that dropped Monday. And in that discussion thing, I was like, yeah, to my channel because I'm thinking about revamping it. Well, I did yeah, I posted that, so here's my revamp. uh what better way to hold oneself accountable, right? Than to post it on the internet. Um so yeah, I'm here. Um, I'm back, I guess. Not I guess. I'm here. I'm back. I'm gonna try and uh, upload. I have a tentative schedule written out that I won't share just in case my ADHD gets in the way. But um, my aim is currently to post at least twice a week. Some of them are gonna be re-uploads, but I will mix in like new content and possibly start working on shorts because I've been wanting to dip my toes in it, but I haven't been sure how. So this is me, you know, we're speaking things into existence. And so I'm gonna do that. I want to do shorts. I think it'll be fun. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do as far as shorts. I'm thinking like some random singy things, maybe snippets from some of my other videos, like if I want to focus in on anything, or I don't know. Anyway, if you have suggestions, let me know in the comments. We're very flying by the seat of our pants as far as the shorts go right now, because yeah. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it right now. That's where I'm at. So, as far as videos for this channel, again, singer, actor. So I'll be uploading, songs, um, and footage and stuff. It's gonna be kind of difficult because OneDrive deleted a lot of my footage, which is very sad. So we'll see what footage I have to peruse through for my newer content because I have in fact recorded things in the interim 4 years. I just haven't been posting regularly because life. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is my update. I hope that you are well. Um, whoever you are watching, I hope you're well. And if you like this random little tangenty chat vlog thing, leave a like. Uh, you could leave me a comment. I look at all the comments. Um, and if you want to check out some of my other music or monologues or you want to come along for the deep dives because I'm kind of thinking of doing some dramaturgy deep dives on this channel as well. Um, hit the subscribe button. All the things would be super nice. And if not, then I just hope that you are having a great day and hopefully I'll see you around. Bye.